Hey everybody, this is Rick. I want your help. I'm hoping you guys can help me out. I need some ideas about why you clean and press your comic books. Like what are the reasons you do it? I started thinking about making an online course, which is about how to clean and press comic books. The first chapter of which was, why do you want to do this? Like, what's your motivation? What's the impetus to do these things? And I got stuck. I really couldn't think of a reason like that. It's universal for everybody, right? The question is like, okay, let's see. Here is because I make tools and products to help you do this, but I never stopped and thought about what the purpose is because I have my own purpose, right? So if I made like an oil filter wrench and somebody said, hey, what's the purpose of an oil filter wrench? Is it so you can use a car to rob banks? I don't know. How am I? Or is it so you can drive to Iowa? It's to drive a car. Where you go with it, it's your own deal. Don't bother me with that, so I don't care. Right? But this is really emotional. Like, people really get into like, why do you want to do this? Like, oh, you're bad if you want to do this, or you're a fool, or you're trying to get people stuff like that. So I don't care. I don't really care why you want to do it. Here's why I want to do it. I want to do it because I like to preserve comic books. I love them, and it's a fun technical challenge. I don't submit my books for grading unless someone asks me to, or as sometimes I do for experiments, to answer people's questions about how the grade changes or what kind of color will be the label when it gets back. Because, but some people really get into it. They're like, oh man, like the gods, the CGC and the CBCS gods have rained down and bestowed upon you this grade, and that grade is X, and you have deserved it, and verily you are smitten with some bad grade or some good grade or whatever. Or they have noticed that you weren't pure and wholesome in your cleaning process because they clean them themselves, right? They send them out and do pressing stuff, and so they've said it's okay, but it's not okay under if you do certain things, right? But that stuff is vague, right? How they grade it and what they do is how they grade a book and what they consider to be restoration versus conservation versus regular cleaning is not clearly defined, right? They have a list of stuff, but it's not always obeyed well, and there's a lot of vagary. So naturally people are nervous if what they're trying to do is what I call the hunt or the chase, which is take a book, buy it at a certain value, clean and press it, increase the perceived value of the book, sell it for more money, and then get that giant size X-Men 1 or the Hulk 1, whatever it is you're seeking. This thing we say a holy grail, but there's only one holy grail. You can't have a holy grail. There's just one, right? So this thing you seek to have, right? So that's the normal. That's one, not normal, but that's one way people do it. Another thing is, like, for me, my goal is to take a book that is otherwise going to decay or look bad and not be appealing to me, and fix it up so it looks good in a way that it's not distracting or additive. I only do things that are subtractive and don't artificially enhance the book itself, because I find it distracting and it makes me feel like it's just like I don't like fake parts on my books, right? I wouldn't want to, that just doesn't, it's not for me. I think the purity of it. I don't add things to a book that fluoresce or phosphoresce. I don't like to use bleaches or peroxides that might harm the paper to make it look whiter. I don't, the phosphorescing things and fluorescing things are the whiteners, things that might make it look usually whiter than it is. And I don't like to replace the paper with leaf casting. I don't like to do staples with new staples because I'm just a purist at heart that way. And so my question to you is, I might make this into a survey or a poll, is why do you, it's going to rain on me, so I'm going to have to cut this short. Why do you clean comic books? That's going to be chapter 1. I think chapter 2 is going to be more like I'm going to have a chapter. Second chapter is going to be pressing. This is all going to be undergraduate level, the first one, right? It's just pressing, dry cleaning. That's it. Probably level 2 upperclassmen stuff will be wet cleaning, and then we'll get into like staple removal and washing and stuff like that. And so, I hear strongly that there's a storm coming here in Texas. And inside soon. So anyway, what do you think about the idea of an online course? It might save me the 6 to 10 hours a week I spend answering the same questions over and over again. And additionally, why do you do it? I'll try to make a poll. I don't really know how to do that stuff. Let's see if I can do it. Gather some of this information.